Hey guys, Dr. Roshan here. Welcome to the classroom, where it's you, me, my trusty whiteboard, where we go through matters of the body, mind, heart, and spirit. Today's lecture is a really cool one, because what we're going to talk about is how does stress affect us physically. So we've all heard the term stress kills. And, I think, and we all appreciate that because given the stressful life that we live right now, everyone is overworked and overwhelmed. And, everyone has some degree of stress in their lives, myself included. And having had that degree of stress in my life, I would have spent a lot of time thinking and observing the effects that stress has on me. And with my knowledge of physiology, I was able to link exactly how. So let me share with you guys, let's go through a little physiology class today on exactly how stress affects us. So we begin with stress. A sort of manifestation of stress is a stressor, something that stresses us out. Whether it be a project that's due, whether it be a newborn child, whether it be a financial burden, there is something that is stressing us out. And this here is non-physical. There is no physical, you can't hold a pound of stress, if you know what I mean. And as a result of that, but it has a very real physical reaction. And we're going to go through exactly how that happens. So, there's a stressor that happens. There's something that happens, and it affects us. So, how it affects us is that, obviously this is a very complicated way, but let me break it down in a simple manner. There's a part of our nervous system called the autonomic nervous system. This is just one part of our nervous system. And this part of our nervous system is separated now into two branches. What it looks after the autonomic processes in our body. So, for instance, heart beating, lungs breathing, intestines digesting, all the automatic processes in our body is looked after by the autonomic nervous system. The other part of the autonomic nervous system is the fight or flight aspect of the nervous system, of the autonomic nervous system. This is the part that releases adrenaline and cortisol. So the stressor hits us, whether we don't sleep for a couple nights, whether we're very emotionally stressed out, whether we're mentally stressed out with some exam that's due, the stressor hits us. And it now affects our autonomic nervous system because with this, there comes a upregulation of the fight or flight response as a result of that. And as this now becomes upregulated for a sufficiently long period of time, and there is adrenaline and cortisol in our blood for a sufficiently long period of time, what happens now is that it feeds back. This function feeds back into the automatic processes in our body. So the heart rate, the respiratory rate, the digestion. So for instance, that's why when we're chronically stressed out, we get palpitations. Or we start to hyperventilate. Or for instance, we get reflux. This, my friends, is how a non-physical something, stressor, affects us physically. And so as a result of that, my hope is, after this very short lecture, you guys realize how stress can affect us in a very, very real way, and in hopes that we try our utmost best to manage our stresses. Whether it is that we sleep more, whether it is that we change our mindset towards the particular stressor, whether it is that we stop doing things that rob us of our vitality, start doing things that add to our vitality, for instance. And as a result of that, we're able to treat with the stressor a little bit better. And as a result of that, this fight or flight response isn't as dysregulated, and it doesn't feed back so much into the automatic processes in our body. And as a result of that, this is just a few parts of what the autonomic nervous system does. But essentially, as this settles, these things will settle. So this is how stress affects us physically, guys. If there's any questions or concerns, you can feel free to shoot me a comment. But until next class dismissed.